March 29th, 1923. Dear Virginia, the desire to get into the mountains has grown very strong in me lately. How often I wish that the valley could be now like it was 40 years ago. A pure wilderness, with only a wagon road through it, and no automobiles, nor mobs. I long for the high places. They are so clean and pure and untouched.
Each summer, he ventured farther and farther up into the rugged high country beyond Yosemite Valley. Sometimes on his own, and sometimes with members of the Sierra Club, the wilderness group John Muir had founded 30 years before. Long days of climbing and hiking that began before dawn, and often ended well after dark. Making pictures when he could, and wandering, he wrote, in translucent unity with the world and sky. Late one morning in the summer of 1923, wandering amidst the harsh and bleakly beautiful high country east of the valley, he came as close as he ever would to capturing in words the soaring emotions that sometimes came over him in the high mountains.
I was climbing the long ridge west of Mount Clark. It was one of those mornings where the sunlight is burnished with a keen wind, and long feathers of cloud move in a lofty sky. The silver light turned every blade of grass and every particle of sand into a luminous metallic splendor. There was nothing, however small, that did not clash in the bright wind, that did not send arrows of light through the glassy air. I was suddenly arrested in the long, crunching path up the ridge by an exceedingly pointed awareness of the light. The moment I paused, the full impact of the mood was upon me. I saw more clearly than I've ever seen before or since the minute detail of the grasses, the small flotsam of the forest, the motion of the high clouds streaming above the peaks. I dreamed that for a moment time stood quietly, and the vision became but the shadow of an infinitely greater world. And I had within the grasp of consciousness a transcendental experience. Ansel Adams.
He would spend the rest of his life trying to capture on film the quicksilver light he saw that morning, and the sense it conveyed of a deeper truth and meaning.
I think one could risk saying that in a broad way it's a quasi-religious sense of identification with the landscape. The quality of the experience, I think, one might call ecstatic. Do you know Bernini, Saint Teresa? Same kind of nervous insubstantiality, this flickering, flame-like, ecstatic quality. Ecstasy, I mean, it's outside yourself. It's an experience of, I think one might actually, for a change, really use the word epiphany without forcing it too much.